Hey guys, I'm back with my second ever review, the first being the Extremis Iron Man armour. This time I'm doing the Sentinel re-edit War Machine armour. As I did with him, I seem to have received it quite early. I haven't seen any video reviews or anything like that go up, so I thought I'd just do a quick video review for you guys. So I'm going to start off. He's a nice big bulky figure, obviously more so than the Iron Man figures they've done so far. He's got some great detailing, nice thick materials. He's got, you may not be able to see at the moment, but multiple shades of silvers and greys and gunmetals, so it's not just sort of a plain colour. I'm going to start straight off with the articulation. Sorry if that'll focus. So his head is on 3 points actually. There's a ball joint at the bottom of the neck, a ball joint that connects from the neck to the head, and then finally the head is on its own actual pivot. So a lot of the movement comes from the base of the neck, as you see there, front and back. The ball joint at the top does also swivel, and then the third point is actually for going up and down. You can see it actually moves independently. You see the earpiece is remaining in the same place. So you can look that far up, and then with both joints that far down. So he's got a great running motion. Turning his head is obviously hindered slightly by the large collar pieces, but you can still get a nice natural range. And also a bit of, sorry I just obstructed it a bit, it's quite difficult again with the shoulder pieces, but a little bit of sort of side to side motion. Going to the shoulders, the shoulder armour here is on 2 joints, so you've got this joint that swivels that like that, and then it's on a ball joint, so it really moves out of the way for any moves. I'm just going to leave it out of the way for now just to show you the actual joint. So it's a large, I think there's 2 joints in there, and there's 2 floating pieces by the looks of it that hides everything, conceals it from all angles. So for that you can get the shoulder coming down and up, and front and back. So on the other ones they had sort of pieces of the chest that actually moved in a bit. Obviously this being a bulkier armour it doesn't have that, but it's still got a very good range of motion, all things considered. Then here the arm moves out that much, and again you can move this to conceal everything, and it moves where it goes out that much. You have your bicep swivel, it's a bit tight, but there. The elbows are double jointed. What's nice is parts move out of the way for each other, so this piece here actually sort of completely goes inside the forearm. Is double jointed. It goes that far. See that from the back. Again, this piece disappears when the arm's actually straightened, which is nice. So it doesn't really look ugly from any angles. Going on to the abs, they go that far back, and again there's a floating piece in there. It's difficult to see, but it covers things up nicely so you don't get any big gaps. So it goes that far back and that far forward, from the back as well. That's not a floating piece, that's just coloured, but there's no gaps, which is good. And you also get a twist of that far, and side to side. Then the actual waist, you don't get quite so much range of motion there. It goes forward, not so much, only that much, and backwards that much. You also get a twist out of that as well. So with both of them, the maximum he can twist it is that much, which is a nice natural range of movement there. I really like the hips on this guy. So with them as they are, they only go forward that much, so not that much to be honest, and then only go back that far. and they twist there. However, if you, this feels a bit scary to begin with, but there, it locks down, so it drops down, which obviously looks ugly like that, but enables you to lift the leg that far forward, and it fills the gap nicely even from the back. So it enables you to bring his legs right forward. Obviously both legs do that. And that locks nice and securely. You can see there the track it moves on. Then the knees, they're double jointed again. They go right back. There's some nice mechanics in the back especially. You can see this piece moving on the second joint it is. Sorry, try to show that a bit better. You can see that moving there. So it all moves. Again, this piece here as well, that goes into the back of the leg. The only thing I don't like too much about this is how skinny that looks there. But when he's posed, obviously you don't really notice that. But if you're looking at it obviously like that, it looks quite bad. Going down to the ankles, you've got a great range of motion. It's difficult to see, but there's 2 points. Let's move my light. So you've got this piece here that connects to a ball joint up there, and then it connects here as well. They're both ball joints, so you can get the foot going forward, right back. You've got some sort of pivot as well like that, and you've got large ankle rock, and then also the toe hinges like that. So I think that covers it for articulation. The guns. So the guns, they're both on the same kind of joint. They turn on this part, there, and swivel there. The minigun as well also spins and rotates, and it does have the ends of the barrels within that, which is nice. The mechanism is the same here for the rocket pod. It's no different, it's the same piece. Obviously the rocket pod looks slightly different. It's got some nice detailing at the back, sort of gunmetal where the vents are. This actual entire piece can be pulled off. I'll try to do that for you now, so you don't have to have it with them at all. And you can see the battery compartment there for the lights. As well, the actual, pop him down. These can be pulled out of this. So if you just wanted, say, the minigun and not the rocket for a sort of more movie style look, you could have that. Let's pop that back. So, onto some of his features. Just stand him up straight. Right. So onto some of his features. He has so these shoulder pieces here. If you actually lift these rocket pods move up. You can see the way they're actually engineered as well, so they move when you lift that up, which is nice. So he's heavily armed, and additionally he's got his light up feature. So, and this is actually a gripe I get onto here, this covers that. However, if I just bring in their the first figure actually I'll show you, his battery and switch is under here. This piece lifts off, and there's some holes, and it sits in there nicely, and you can turn it on and off. However, with this guy, this just sort of sits there. You can sort of see it's kind of loose, and when it's fine all the time. It's just sitting there, and it's on display. But as soon as you pick him up and start posing, it very easily just drops straight out. So I actually just leave that off in a bag, otherwise I'm going to lose it. But the switch just there, just on and off switch, quite simple. You can see his reactor lights up, as does his eyes. He looks very menacing. Obviously it's not quite so bright under my lights at the moment, but you can see some details. Good focus within the arc, which are nice. I'll just show you that turning on and off. If I can find the switch. There we go. That's good. Under his forearms, he's got his dual machine guns. I've just realised I forgot regarding articulation. I have to do his wrists. His wrists are on ball joints, so you got a good range of motion there. And that's just the ball joint that's doing that there. This little cuff piece gets a bit caught. When you move it in, it does move. This wrist guard as well moves up and down. The wrists themselves rotate, and depending how you have the hinge situated, you can twist it. A bit like a Revoltech kind of joint. So that now I can do the roll of the dice movement like that. Also, so his forearms, they've got these kind of shield pieces. These can actually just pop off. It's quite tight, but there you go. So these just pop off, and he comes with additional pieces. So you got these that's kind of like laser weapons by the looks of it, nice and solid. There's one for each arm. These just plug straight in. Like so. So now he's got some large laser weapon. As well as that, take that back off. He also has these two missiles. They're nicely detailed. Again, these can go on either arm. There's two of these again. So yeah. He comes with 5 pairs of hands in total. I'll just pop that back on. So he comes with 5 pairs of hands. He's got his fisted hands. He's got these relaxed palm hands. So, get the focus. He's got these relaxed palm hands. He's got these flight stabilization hands. And what's nice as well, you can see there's actually holes in between the fingers on them. He's got these spread out hands, or repulsor blast hands. And then he's got other spread out ones where they're slightly more sort of curved, as if he's sort of grabbing. Again, you could be used as repulsor blast. These have got a larger notch cut out of them, as do these. So he'll be able to lift his hand up more. I'll just show you that quickly. Just pop that hand off. Oh, these are tight. Just turn that joint back around. Pop that. Oh, that's the wrong hand. That would help. Sorry. Nice, you put these hands on here, so they're a bit stiff. There we go. So you can get these up more so, not quite a full Iron Man pose, but more nonetheless. So I'll do some size comparisons. Let's get them stood up straight. Right. So he stands around 8 inches tall. See there? I'll first show him next to the first figure, the bleeding edge armour. See there, he's ever so slightly taller, but obviously a lot more bulky. You can see that across the shoulders as well. He's like a tank. And obviously he's not going to fit into this. Is a Bandai Stormtrooper 6-inch scale. He's not really going to fit into your 6-inch scale collection, unless you want him towering over them. That's fine. But for me anyway, he perfectly fits in with Marvel Selects. So there's obviously Thor and Venom. So that's where he sits on my shelf. And for anyone who doesn't collect Transformers, action figures, for people that do collect Transformers, here is a Masterpiece car. And the only deluxe I actually have to hand is a deluxe. So, thanks very much for watching.